Hey, hi everyone. Welcome. You are good. Yeah, you are good. I'm like in the superwoman pose right now. You are good. Take that in. Like, really take that in as a basic aspect of humanity. That you were born into this world good, and you have maintained your goodness throughout your life. And it's so important to remember that because it's so easy to forget. And I know that we all fall short. We all fall short at some time or another, maybe massively, maybe every day. And I'm thinking especially about parenting, but I think there's other ways that we fall short. And there's ways that we don't behave in the way that we wish we did, or that we start to go down a certain path. And here's why. Here's kind of what's happened for us as humans, is that hard things, hard things have happened to us. And many of those things we don't remember. I'm thinking of early childhood when hard things happen, and they do. But also through our life, hard things happen. And the result of those hard things is that we become confused. Our brain, like there's tons of neuroscience on this, is that when we get emotional, when things get hard, it tells the reasoning and the higher level learning and thinking part of our brain to not function. So when hard things happen, it affects our learning, it affects our ability to love other people or to let love in, and it affects so many aspects of our development. And so that's why I want to say that you are good, because when we fall short, it's oftentimes because we have had these experiences of these hard experiences in our lives that have affected the way that our brain has developed. It doesn't mean that we don't take responsibility for what we have done, and that's a life journey as well. But it does mean that, parenting, and I've been a parenting coach for a long, long time, that we are not supported, we are overstressed, we're overwhelmed, we're economically stressed, and we're physically stressed. We're in so many areas overwhelmed. And so what happens is that we can't be the parents that we want to be. And we feel guilty, and we feel ashamed, and all these things come up. We feel ashamed, and our childhood shame comes up, and then we layer that onto our kids. Is a common thing to happen. Oftentimes we don't even know we're doing it. And so building awareness around who we are as parents is huge. But the whole point I'm really trying to make is that and it's complicated because, we've got layers from other people on us, and then we've had the things that we've done that we're ashamed of, and then it's just all these layers of shame that we have built up over the years that builds a hard crust around us. And again, it affects the way that we love and the way we live, the way we learn. And so really just knowing that and building awareness around that. But underneath all of that, the whole point I'm making today is underneath all of that, you are good. And no matter what you do, no matter where you're going, no matter what's happening in your life, no matter what choices that you're making, you are good. And I just want to instill that in you, and just to know that there are people on this planet who believe in that. There's a lot of people on this planet who believe in just the goodness of humanity that lies underneath everything else that we see. And so that lies underneath the behaviors that we see. And that's one thing that I do as a parenting consultant, is I help parents to see, this behavior is happening because of X, or this behavior is happening because of Y. It's not because your child is bad. And you're doing this behavior, like you can't stop yelling at your kids or whatever it is. It's not because you're bad. Underneath of that, it's because of the stresses that are happening, or the hard things that happened in your own childhood. Underneath all of that, you are good. And that's just my message that I want to shout out to the world. One of my many messages I want to shout out to the world is just to like have moments where you get to feel that goodness. Be around people who believe in your goodness. Play this video over and over again. You are good. And just know and have absolute certainty that you are good. I have that certainty, and I know a lot of other people do as well. So bask in that, live in that, revel in that, and see what changes for yourself. All right. Thank you so much for coming today, and thanks for letting me know if you watch the replay. Send me hearts and love, and I'd love your comments on this as well. All right. I hope you have a beautiful, amazing day. Bye.